Too crazy. What's up, y'all?
Let's go.
Quasar Qult. Back in the building. It's your boy, Jerron Eitner, back again with Voodoo Eyes.
Yes, sir.
Our names are on the screen in case you can't see that, but we out here. We represent the Quasar Qult, which is, quite frankly, one of the coolest blogs that you can be a part of when it comes to, this entertainment shit. We talk about music, we talk about TV, we talk about film and video games and fucking music and rappers and all kinds of stuff. We do all kinds of stuff, and we post these things on quasarqult.com, which is our blog. So make sure you check that out. We're here at Star Camp Creative Labs. As you can see, the sign is up.
The sign is up.
It's up and it's on. It actually gets pretty bright. We're working on we might have to put like a background behind it so it looks cooler. But look how bright this shit gets. Bah! Ah!
Let's go.
It's crazy bright.
For y'all listening to this podcast and not seeing the video, there is a sign here in the middle of the room that says Star Camp Creative Labs.
Yes.
That has been fixed.
So much love to my father-in-law,
Yep.
Kurt B. Hun, for doing that because he put in the work, man. He like rewired the whole thing. It was a whole thing. It was tight.
Yep.
So much love to him. Anyways, how you doing, Mr. Voodoo Eyes? Mr. Eyes?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's been
You always ask me, but then I never ask you. So how are you doing?
It's been a decent week. Living my best life, trying to, take over the world. I've been posting a lot more on social media lately. Like I'm trying to post like reels and fucking YouTube shorts and shit. So that's been fun because I think that's like one of my deepest passions is to post content.
Yeah.
I like to post shit. Like
I've been wanting to post a lot of more engaging content. So like if you see me posting like real like clickbaity shit, it's for a reason.
Yeah, I think with
I got everybody mad at me on Facebook because I said that Eminem's music didn't age well.
I mean, you're kind of right though. I mean, I saw that post and I responded. I was like, when it comes to Eminem, like it depends on what songs. I listen to Eminem probably like.
I'm talking about Eminem before Recovery. Like all of that Eminem would not be acceptable now.
I disagree with you on that statement. I actually disagree with you on that statement.
You think if Eminem didn't pop off found back in the day, like right now, like right in this daytime, if there was what was the first album that came out?
Slim Shady LP?
If that came out today,
absolutely still be successful.
That would be successful as fuck.
Absolutely. See, like that's the thing. That's why I asked like what songs, because like I still listen to all those songs to this day.
I'm talking about like the ones where he's dropping, the homophobic stuff and all that stuff. Like that's what I'm saying.
I think certain songs for sure don't fly. Like mostly all his singles, which is what he's known for, right? Like the Without Me, the Real Slim Shady where he's dissing shit. But he has some deep cuts to this day that are just boppers. Yeah. Collapse.
I'm not saying that he's not a good artist.
Workout song, man.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's not a great artist or nothing like that. I'm just saying there's certain stuff where I'm just like, man, this is, who's in y'all top 5 right now?
Till I collapse from spilling these raps as long as you feel them to the day that I drop. You never say that I'm not killing them. What are you talking about, bro? That shit is hard as fuck. To this day. Hold up. Nah, you wrong. You wrong as fuck, bro.
No, you're wrong.
You wrong as fuck. Cause it's funny because
what's funny?
I've been catching a lot of shit on my personal YouTube page because I've been talking about this Billboard list. And I've been cutting. I made a whole video. You can check it out on my YouTube page.
Yeah, it was a great video, by the way. I did watch that.
I cut it up into a bunch of clips, and I've been posting the clips all over the internet and just triggering all these fucking rap fans out here.
All these old heads.
And so Eminem, he's number 5 on that list right now. The top greatest rappers of all time, which I think is actually a pretty fair spot for him.
I feel like as far as rapping ability, bro, yes. But content, it's like, there's certain shit where it was just like, he did grow up. I get it. But I'm talking about his old shit.
I think that I don't know. I think there's a place in the moment for all that shit because I think I think about Mac Miller, right?
Yeah.
And Mac Miller, at least in terms of overall content, was kind of on the same shit. The only difference between Mac Miller and Eminem was that Mac Miller wasn't like killing his wife and his fucking mom and
Eminem was talking about rape and.
I'm saying being raped by his mother and shit like that, like, and like weird shit,
killing his wife, and then he was talking. There's one video where there was this one song where I just cannot, like, I can't stand it. It's somebody even posted about dick, and then I just remember that song where he's like, oh yeah,
Oh, King Kenneth. King Kenneth is dope though. But see, that's like classic, iconic shit.
That shit.
In my personal opinion, that's iconic shit. It is a little weird.
It's fucking.
And like honestly, like in a modern day, like 2023 society, that shit wouldn't fly.
Yeah, bro. That's what I mean. That's
saying.
what I mean by it didn't age well. That's why I'm saying like when I mean age well, I'm talking about shit that's like 15, 20 years plus, not recent shit. Because clearly, you know, Marshall has grown up a little bit, but
not really. He's still rapping about
I mean, he is, but not as like blatantly as he was.
He's trying to save the world now, which is cool. But
yeah.
I think though, like I listen to music on a daily basis, and Eminem is on all my playlists.
Yeah.
And it's songs from all his eras. I think every single Eminem album manages to have at least one banger on there that I'm like, oh shit, this song's fire.
Yeah.
And usually it's like one that's like unexpected. That's like a deep album cut.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like, oh, a single. Most of the time, his singles suck.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, like I don't fuck with the singles because like, and I don't know who his fucking PR team is, but like his singles are usually trash as fuck.
I feel like Just Lose It was one of his. Like it's a good. I get it for the time, but
no, Just Lose It was trash.
It's so trash, bro. I heard it the other day and I was like, oh my god, bro! I can't believe we were all here like, oh.
You know that he actually caught a bunch of heat. He got in a beef with Michael Jackson. Over that.
No, yeah, Michael Jackson bought his catalog after he dissed him on that song.
Yeah.
So it was like.
So like, but when you think about Eminem, like most of his shit is like pure like lyricism, like my ability to rhyme certain words together. Yeah. He has that song with fucking Big Sean, and he rhymes something with Jamie Lee Curtis in a furnace or some shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even saying, bro? You're just saying a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I remember when there was an interview.
But then I was just listening to this song the other day, like on the album Revival, which you know is probably considered to be one of his worst albums.
Yeah.
The song Castle, which is a song about his daughter, one of the best songs he's ever done. Ever. Yeah. Out of all the songs he's ever done, the song Castle on Revival is one of the best songs he's ever done. But it gets slept on because like everybody hated that album, so we don't talk about that song. But that song is fucking incredible. Like his lyrical tenacity, his storytelling, the theme, he's singing on the hook. Like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is not an Eminem podcast, just so you guys know.
No,
I was just sit here and rant about. We could talk about it.
I just think it's funny though because like I've been trying to make posts where I'm just like people gonna talk shit if I post this. so
yeah.
So
I think
I'm like,
with
fuck it.
Mr. Marshall Mathers, he's the top 5 rapper of all time, which I think is a fair spot for him.
Yeah.
Because I think there was a point in time where he was number 1. I definitely believe that there was a point in time where Eminem was literally the best rapper in the world. But, you know, he had an overdose and his life changed.
Yeah.
Ever since the overdose, his life was never the same.
No, yeah, I heard he tells a story where he had to like learn how to rap again and
right, exactly,
all types of shit.
So
I get it.
Shout out to Eminem. We appreciate you for being a rapper and being alive and doing this shit.
Yeah, bro.
But we're gonna go ahead and get into some of these topics that we talking about on the good old cult. So we'll talk serious at first. We'll look at these photos from Ohio. In case you guys didn't know, there was that's not Ohio. Shit, that's fucking Antman. I'm trying to get better at this, son. I fucking need to label these fucking buttons better so you guys can see what's on the screen right. But there we go. Ohio, here we go. So there was actually a major train accident last week in Ohio. East Palestine, Ohio is actually the name of the city, which is a weird name for a city in America, but I digress. Basically, there's a lot to talk about here. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because honestly, it's like
wild.
We'll start to get into conspiracy territory when we start to talk about this.
Just because the number of how many different
right. So this was actually one of, I believe, 5 different train wrecks that has happened over the last week or so.
Yeah.
And this one is crazy because as you guys can see, fucking damn near nuclear explosions happening. You know what I'm saying? It's nuts.
It's like a cloud of like fucking acid.
And I actually wish we would have got the footage ready, but there's actually footage of like the train tracks that this train crashed on. Yeah. And these train tracks are like fucked. Like they're like all like bent and like the train's like wobbling back and forth.
Like they got some history to them for sure.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is like the whole conversation is about the infrastructure of America.
Yeah.
And that's how like we're not thinking about our road systems and our bridges or like our pipes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is a very in a different way, like a Flint, Michigan type of situation, in the sense that now all these chemicals are not only causing acid rain in the city, but they're also leaking into the water system, so all the water's contaminated.
Exactly.
And once again, our government's just kind of like,
well, fuck.
I guess it is. And I'm saying our government's not doing a lot about it, and they're kind of trying to keep it under the table because it's basically showing off how shitty our infrastructure is as a country.
Well, no, because that's the thing. Like, it is. They are trying to keep it on the low because when you even mentioned it, I didn't even know what was going on.
Right.
I did see the cloud, and I was like, oh, okay, that's wild. You know what I mean? But I didn't know that there was 5. Sorry, I didn't know that there was 5 different like train accidents that caused some type of like spillage. That's wild.
There was actually a spill in Tucson, Arizona, too, the same week. That was a truck spill, and it actually sent out a shit ton of chemicals out into the fucking world, and they sent out like one of those warnings on your phone.
Oh yeah.
The emergency broadcast system thing to everybody in Tucson saying, oh, stay inside your house, keep your doors closed, and turn off your air conditioning. And if you see any strange gases in the air, don't breathe them.
If you see gases in there, what the fuck?
Because it was like a red smoke that like spilled out of this fucking truck, and like you don't know what the fuck it is. It's probably like the chemical that turned the Joker into the Joker or some shit like that. Like, who knows, man? People be doing shady shit, and so it's just wild because our country is literally like falling apart in front of our eyes right now. And like, it's getting kind of tense, man. Like, especially like with shit with like Russia and Ukraine right now. And I'm not even trying to scare anybody. That's not what we're here to do. We're not a scary podcast. We're not a conspiracy podcast.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring it up on today's podcast because, like I said, a lot of people weren't even aware of the situation.
Yeah, it's facts.
It's like really like something that they're trying to keep under the table right now because it's like a whole ass thing. Like this whole city of East Palestine is like fucked right now.
That's
like they have a dark. Look at this cloud. Let me see if I bring this shit back up without bringing up Antman or whoever the fuck it was. Was it this one? This is not the right one. Yes, it was. See, look at this shit. This footage is fucking wild, dog. Like we're looking at the train wreck itself, and then look at this cloud. Like it's a literal like mushroom cloud of chemical acid going into the sky, in turn raining back down on the city. And then the other footage, the other picture is a train wreck, the actual train wreck, and like as you can see, it's just like fucking everything up out there. It's crazy, dog. It's crazy. So I guess the point of me bringing this up is for current affairs and awareness. So you guys know what the fuck's going on. But our country's falling apart, dog. So protect your neck, get your family ready. Yeah. All those preppers out there prepping shit. Yeah. Fucking, they're excited right now because things are actually falling apart in real time. Speaking of preppers, did you watch Last of Us?
I did.
The new episode?
Oh man, I've been keeping up like crazy.
That shit's fucking fire, bro.
Yeah, man, they're doing too much of a good job. I'm like,
it's just pretty fire. I think that with Last of Us, I was already sold like after the first episode. Yeah. But now I'm like actively rooting for the show. I'm a fan now where I'm like, yeah, I want to see the show go on for 5 seasons. Let's go.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like I had a little bit of an issue with the actress that they casted for
Bella Ramsey.
Yeah. But now it's like she grew on me low key. So it's like.
Well, yeah, and I was thinking about that too when I was watching it because it's like she doesn't look like Elle. Right? Yeah. Ellie. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Like, I think about the audience, like the new people that are watching the show who have never seen the game and have no idea what the fuck the game is even about. Yeah. They're not going to care. Yeah. Although, if they decide to play the game, they're like, man, she looks nothing like the person in the game. But does that matter? Does it change the experience? No. Yeah, no.
And I feel like I actually saw somebody post, it was wild as fuck, bro. Somebody posted, they were like, that they went and purchased the game, right? They never played the game before. And then they wrote in the comments or in the caption, they were like, this game better live up to the essence that the show has because I didn't just buy this video game for nothing. It was like, what, bro? There would be no show without this fucking game. What are you even talking about, sir? Like, please.
I mean, that makes me think, like, maybe, like, that's a question that we can poll people on and ask our fans about. But is there a adaptation that has ever surpassed the original version out there? That I can't think of anything on the top of my head. Like even with like Game of Thrones and all that. Like first of all, they shot the bed at the end, but people were always saying like, "Oh, the books are better. Books are better." I think the only example I can actually think of off the top of my head is Forrest Gump, which I didn't even know was a book until recently.
I think that
was based on a book, and I guess in the book he like goes to the moon. And
as far as successful,
that is like critically, I guess, more critically acclaimed than the original version
than the original books.
So like Game of Thrones, was based off of the books, right?
I feel like maybe Harry Potter probably.
Are the movies better than the books?
I feel like if you're talking about like critic wise, maybe that's what people are saying. I feel like that's the only one where I don't feel like oh the books are better, because I hear Twilight fans saying the books are better. I hear
I've never seen a single fucking Harry Potter movie.
Bro, I've only watched like the first 3.
And I want that. I want that game though. That game looks kind of fire.
Yeah.
The fucking Hogwarts Legacy or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That shit looks kind of heat rocks. Don't know shit about the game though.
I saw that their stock on the PS5 is up, and it's like for $400 on the Walmart website.
Does it include the game?
It does not, but $400 for a fucking PS5 though. Let's go,
son.
Let's go, son.
No, but like when it comes to Hogwarts Legacy, I mean that's a prime example, right? Like,
can I get the letter?
Yeah, I don't know shit about Harry Potter, but I want to play Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
And you just said the movies might be better than the book. I haven't read the movies or read the book. I haven't fucked with any type of Harry Potter at all whatsoever. Going into the Hogwarts Legacy, I'm going back to the Bella Ramsey comparison here. I can play a Hogwarts Legacy, hopefully, and not give a fuck about any of the things that the movie or the game, the book produced, because the experience is such its own thing. And that's basically what The Last of Us show has done, to the point where, like, I don't even get most of the game references. Because, first of all, the game came out, 12 years ago? Damn near. And so, like, I'm out over here, like, oh, I remember this scene from the fucking game. Like, I don't.
I do. I be remembering certain things.
I don't. Man. Maybe I smoked too much weed. Speaking of weed, shout out to Yam Yams. We forgot to shoot them out, but pew pew pew. Yam Yams.
Yeah, they got me coughing up here.
But I guess like when I think about, it's only when I go on Facebook or I go on Reddit and they have like the side by side comparisons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, they like doing the game.
Yeah.
Like shot for shot, like word for word. Shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, no,
I fuck with it heavy. That's what I'm saying. Even my favorite scene was like the one where dude acts like he's hurt. Oh, help.
Oh yeah. They did that pretty well.
I remember when I played the game though, I was like, oh shit. I remember that part being like, oh damn, this game is fire. Like that was the part where I was like, because I think it's not too far in the beginning of the game that happens.
Right.
So like that's when I was like, oh nah, this game is crazy. So then I like after that I was locked in. But when I saw that in the show and I was watching it happen, I was like, this part's about to be hard. I got lit as fuck because I just remember that scene specifically, So no, yeah, they're doing a great job. I really did. I liked the new episode too. The episode before this new one, where dude offs himself, was pretty crazy.
And see, like, I don't even remember any of that in the game. I kind of
do.
Like I played the game like twice.
I remember even the kid too. The kid in the game, I think he's not deaf in the game.
Yeah, no, they changed that for this show.
Yeah, to make it more emotional.
Which they did. I mean, that shit was sad as fuck.
That shit was sad as fuck.
Sad as fuck.
It was worse.
Over here, like, why are you making me sad, show? I'm here for entertainment.
I know. Stop making me cry.
I'm not here for fucking goddamn tears and sadness and shit.
Yeah, facts.
Fucking bullshit ass sadness. But anyways, the show is incredible.
Yeah,
I'm like super impressed with how the show is. The pacing of it is great. The acting between Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal is great.
Yeah.
Like the suspense is great. It's not like overly zombie.
Yeah.
Which I think is
no,
dope.
bro. It's not zombie, bro. It's supposed to be the infected.
Or sorry, the infected. That's a good point. They said that the creators of the show said that you can't call them zombies. You have to call them infected.
Yep.
And so the infected is not like. I think that was a problem with Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Was that like every episode was like there has to be a zombie encounter at some point.
Yeah, at some.
We're over here talking about fucking and making babies and shit. And we're gonna be a family together. We made a garden in this episode, and like, zombie attack, kill somebody. Oh no, that's how it was like every episode.
Yeah.
The Last of Us is actually doing a good job. I don't even think there were any zombies in the last episode. When I think about it, were there? I'm trying to think. Like, was there any?
In this previous one?
Yeah, like the one that just aired. Or sorry, the infected. There weren't any infected in the episode.
It's the one where
The one that just came out this past Sunday, where they go to the settlement, and he meets his brother. Spoiler, in case you guys haven't seen it.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think there is in this episode.
I don't think there were any infected.
And that's what I'm saying. Even in the previous one, like even in the one where you were mentioning where the dudes fall in love and build a garden and all that stuff. That one, they only had like what? It only showed him on the camera when he gets hit by the thing. It's like they don't overdo it. They are telling a story and giving the really good like what everybody appreciated about the game. You know what I'm saying? The storyline is what everybody really loved.
I'm just laughing at your description. You're like, the episode when the dudes fall in love and they build a garden.
Well, you just mentioned that, so that's why I couldn't.
It's just funny because, like, you know, what's the show about? You know, it's about this apocalypse. You know, this virus came and killed all these people, and this guy has to take this girl across the country. Oh yeah, what's the best episode? Well, the best episode is actually these two gay dudes. They like fall in love and they make a garden. And eat strawberries.
Well, I didn't say gay though, so I just said these dudes.
I know. I'm saying gay. I'm just saying they're two gay dudes that fall in love. They have a strawberry garden.
That's funny.
That's the best episode. So wait, there's like no zombies in that episode? Nah, man. It's just
bro. It's just love.
Just a really good love story, bro. Shit was fire, dog. So wait, the show about the apocalypse has a love story? Yeah, bro. That's why it's fire, dog. Because it's fucking subverting your expectations and shit, bitch. The hot shit's the fucking goddamn...
You was expecting infected? No.
You thought you would get zombies? Nah, bitch. Love.
We gonna make you cry. Everybody... Bro, there were so many people that were like, oh, I cried over that episode. I was like, I mean, it was a good love story, but
I did not shed any tears.
I shed no tears.
Tearless. Tearless.
Tearless.
It's not that I'm like not sympathetic to that. I just don't be crying over stuff.
Yeah, it was like not that.
Motherfuckers die.
Yeah.
Also, like, I
probably would have been a little bit sadder if I would have like watched them like just
make
die
love.
Die in the bed.
If I was talking about like the sex scene, if I got to see that part, I'd be like, damn, I felt that.
Nah, like you know how they both fucking like just fall asleep because they take the medicine and shit.
Yeah, I didn't like
I feel like if it would have been like them both like just falling asleep and made it all emotional instead of just not seeing it, and they're doing a lot of like not. Like you don't see it, you just want to see. You see the reaction of what happens after.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like even when dude, like not spoilers, but even when dude pops himself, you don't see it, and in the game you do see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think too though with that,
it's a sensitivity thing.
There's actually rumors that Bill survived that scene. Have you heard those rumors or the spoiler? I guess it's not a spoiler, but I guess like the rumors. That because they showed the scene where Joel and Ellie arrive, but the window's open, and they never show the bodies. So they're saying that Bill like faked it so he would feel better, and that he escaped and went off into his own. It's possible. I mean, for me, like I actually was kind of wild. It's kind of wild that you would bring on such a prominent actor in such a prominent role with Nick Offerman.
Well, when I watched it too, I was like, that looks like that guy.
Yeah.
When I first played the game, I was like, dang, it looks like what's his name could play this role. And then it was wild because when they casted him, I was really like, oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I wish I was like y'all and fucking posting shit and been like, yo, if this dude actor played it, and then I could look back in 6 years and share that.
Yeah. And it's crazy because he's gonna probably catch some like awards for that performance.
Yeah.
But they killed off his character, right? That's why like I think the rumors there's weight to that rumor because it's one of those things where, from a studio perspective, when it's all about the bag, if something works, you keep doing it. So
I mean, in the game, you don't fall in love with that character like that. You don't get you don't get to experience that.
Right? They invented this whole ass story. I didn't invent it. They expanded on the story
because there was a letter in the game. There actually was a letter saying like that it mentioned the guy's name, the other guy in the that he falls in love with. I can't remember his name, but there was a letter from him saying, "Oh, I can't do this no more." Blah blah.
Right,
blah.
right.
So like, there was already insinuation
it's great
about that.
They expand on the lore in such cool ways, and it's like I really love shows that take time with the source material and do what they need to do to make the story work. So
I also heard another theory that they were gonna that like part of the second game is gonna be in this first season.
Plausible.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that would insinuate a couple things though, because that would mean they would have to do a time jump.
Yeah.
Of like 4 years, 5 years in the story, I think, are the events between the first game and the second game. It'll be interesting to see what the game studio does because I think between Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2, we're talking like 8 years of release.
Yeah.
And I could see them like now trying to fast track Last of Us 3, just so they can not have a Game of Thrones situation where like the studio's like, bitch, y'all better make this fucking third game so we can make season 4 or season 3 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they could stretch out season 2 as long as they wanted to, if they really, really want to.
Yeah.
But then they would have to like deviate from the source material a lot more. And,
yeah, because I feel like
give
she's
Abby a whole episode of her as a kid or some shit like that, and like doing dumb shit like that, which we wouldn't mind if it's still good. But
yeah, for sure. Because like yeah, I get it for sure.
Anyways, moving on. What does this button do? Pow! This button is Antman, I believe. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about this fucking Antman movie because I've been having some issues with Marvel's execution lately.
Yes, their execution is
because I really think that this movie had the potential to be something fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like crazy. And I was actually chatting with the homie Fluid, shout out to Fluid in the Conscious Clubhouse. They actually do a lot of events out of here. And I think we had the same idea in the sense that we think that they changed the ending. And that the ending that we saw was not the ending that they initially intended. So we're going to go into spoiler territory here. If you haven't seen Antman,
go ahead and leave.
And you fucking don't want to be spoiled, then you should probably leave.
Come back in like 5 minutes. Maybe 10.
We're going to talk about that shit. And I don't want you to be like, blah, he fucking spoiled Ant-Man for me. So anyways, the ending of Ant-Man, we're just talking straight about the ending real quick. Fucking Ant-Man and fucking Kang, the whoop-de-whoop-de, pat, do the fight thing. He gives a line, I don't have to win, we both have to lose or whatever. And he somehow, a series of events, knocks him into the fucking multiverse battery thing. Yeah. He's not dead, by the way.
Yeah,
Kang's not dead. He was just knocked into the multiverse battery. We'll talk about that later. But after that, Ant-Man and all of them try to escape. Ant-Man gets stuck, and the Wasp joins back in. They have a moment. Oh my God, I fucking love you. We're gonna survive in the quantum realm again, whatever. And then fucking Cassie opens a portal and brings him back, and that's how it ends. They have a fucking birthday party at the end. Everybody's happy. Yeah, which is kind of wild how they end that way. So
I feel like I feel like that's the reason why a lot of people hated it. But I got it at first because of his moment where he was freaking out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where it was getting all serious for a second. But this because
I feel like that's a reshoot. I think that was the reshoot that people are talking about, though.
But I feel like that was for it's like a part of Antman, bro. Antman's funny. Like it's not trying to be too serious. You know what I'm saying?
Did that though. So me and
they should have made the third one really dark because even they get pretty dark.
What should have happened, which I think this is why I think the original ending was. I think that let me put this camera on me real quick so I can fucking say this shit and get this clout. Pow. So the original ending that I believe Ant-Man 2 was going to be was that, and I might be wrong. This is me just speculating. But I believe Kang was going to escape. Ant-Man maybe would have died, possibly, or he would have got stuck in the quantum realm. You know what I'm saying? And then Cassie would have had to go recruit the Young Avengers, and she would have been the one to be like, "Yo, I need help because this guy Kang the Conqueror is loose in our universe, and I can't do this by myself." So then maybe she calls up, Kate, Hawkeye, her girlfriend or some shit. They're robbing shit together or some shit. I don't know. There's ways that you can put that all together, but she would be the catalyst to going around and making the Young Avengers. Yeah. And then Young Avengers would then try to go up against Kang, and Kang would whoop that ass.
Well, that was in the comic books. That's how Cassie becomes a part of the Young Avengers was because Scott dies.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah. And so it just makes a lot of sense that like that's the way they would have gone. But if you test that against the audience in the studio perspective, this is like all the studio muckery and fuckery. The studio's like, oh, people don't like the fact that Ant-Man died at the end. Yeah. We got to change the ending. Doesn't matter if what we're trying to do with the story. If people don't like the ending, then it's going to tank. But it doesn't matter because right now it's sitting at like a 47 on like fucking Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. So, I don't know, bro.
The audience score is pretty high, though. It's like at 86%.
Yes.
But
I don't be trusting the audience score, though.
Sometimes I do though because there's movies that I do like and the audience score is good and the critic score is trash.
Audience be out there lying.
But then there's movies like Puss in Boots. Like that one has like a 98% audience score and like a 96% in the critic score. So it's like,
I mean, it might be fire though.
No, it is.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's fire.
I saw that shit. Shit was fire. To the kids.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's like when I left too, and I was like, they gave it a 96. I was like, yeah, it's pretty fire. It's like.
So do you think an 84 is fair for Antman?
I think a 76 is fair for Antman.
76.
Yes, because it was good. It's only because I understood and I was like, like when he said, "Oh, I've killed many Avengers." I was like, "Oh man!" Like if you would have talked about it and then I saw him fighting Thor, and
like a flashback.
Yeah, like some type of like that would have been so fire. So that way people would have got it more, and then it would have been more like spectacle-ish. But like,
yeah, I think that like
I don't know.
A part of it really comes down to the execution. Like I think that the story itself was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
but because it's Antman, because it's Paul Rudd, they had to keep a certain tone. They couldn't go too dark, even though the story itself is dark as fuck.
Yeah,
you're trapped with your family in the fucking quantum realm, and there's a fucking conqueror out there trying to kill you. It's a pretty scary story, bro.
My only thing is that I didn't like how they kind of botched their own theory, I guess. Because when he said that when Scott was stuck in the quantum realm, 5 years passed, but he was in there for 5 hours.
I was thinking about that shit.
And then it said that what's her name was in there for 30 years.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that be like a day and a half? Or no, I mean
it would be like a decade. No, it would be like a long ass time in the real world.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like centuries.
Wait, 5 hours? 5 hours is what? 5 years? So yeah, that's 30 years.
It'd be a lot longer than that though.
So my point is that like she was in there for 30 hours?
No. See, no, it's a massive plot hole. I was literally thinking about that today because it's 30 years in the real world.
Yeah.
Which would be the equivalency of, if it's 5 hours for every 5 years, it'd be 30 hours.
30
You're right. You already did the math, guys. I'm just reassuring the math.
I was like, wait,
30
what?
hours. But she was in there for 30 years because she aged, right? She got old and she was out there fucking for 30 years. Bill Murray and shit.
Yeah.
She's fucking Bill Murray.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Plot hole. It didn't make no sense. How is it that she was stuck in there for 30 years?
Because quantum.
But it was like in quantum time.
In quantum time.
That's what I'm saying. In quantum time, it would technically be 30 hours, bro. She helped Kang. She helped Kang in 30 hours, and like what? It didn't make no sense to me. That's what I was like. Wait, what?
But she got older. Like she aged 30 years. In the quantum realm.
Yeah, it's weird.
But she also aged in real time in real life because dude Hank Pym was looking for his wife for 30 years. Mm-hmm. So it don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Basically.
So I was kind of lost in that.
They fucked up their own shit with that. Mm-hmm. And they just wanted to, because it wouldn't have made sense otherwise all they have to do to fix that would have been to have Ant-Man in the quantum realm for 5 years, and that quantum realm runs in the same time as real time. Yeah. But it doesn't. Matter of fact, how does time even fucking run the quantum? There's no sun. There's no rotation of the earth.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense to me.
They just fucking shit up.
I feel like
goofy as fuck.
Another thing I wanted to talk about that though was like I was upset that they killed MODOK. I don't know if they killed him or not though. But
they definitely didn't give him enough shine that he should have got.
Because he's fucking powerful.
Yes.
And that's my point.
Well, a lot of it too is
why the fuck y'all do that, Marvel?
MODOK is such a bigger character outside of Avengers too.
Well, nobody dies though. Nobody dies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right?
Especially for multiverse, bro.
Exactly.
In your multiverse, and no one's dead.
Yeah. So, but I thought it was cool. I just I get the CGI part was a little like ass, but when he had the mask on front, I was like, oh, that shit hard.
Yeah, I saw a meme that was like, in the first half of the movie, Kang the Conqueror is like what happens when you fight the boss at the end of the video game. And in the second half of the movie is what happens when you unlock the boss. In the second, like in terms of him like being nerfed because he got beat by like a fucking squad of ants.
Yeah,
which also didn't make any sense. Going back to the whole time thing because they aged 1,000 years.
Yeah, it said that they went through a time loop and they aged 1,000 years and they were able to build the So I guess it is the quantum thing.
Quantum, bro.
There's so many different time works differently in all different aspects of the quantum realm. But whatever.
Shit is mad quantum, B. That's just the excuse for everything. That's why you invent the quantum realm, because when you have the quantum realm, you can just fucking fuck it off and be like, bro, it's just the quantum realm. Like, yeah. Of course, she aged 30 years in the same time.
So what do you think then? What would you give it? What's a fair score for this movie? I give it a 76 because of the piece of the puzzle that it's gonna get that it gives to what's gonna happen.
I definitely give it somewhere in the 70 range. It's probably like a 71 or a 70.
Yeah.
because for me, like I said, there's just too many like bad movie execution tropes.
Yeah,
for me, the biggest thing that fucking pissed me off in those, it was when it happened the third time, was the whole I'm gonna escape the soldiers with the whole sneaky look around, and then run off. It happened 3 fucking times by 3 separate characters.
Yeah.
The security in fucking the quantum realm is trash as fuck, B, because these motherfuckers are just like, I'm walking around with my gun. I'm not gonna ever shoot these motherfuckers.
You know that they say a reason for that was because of budget.
Because of quantum.
No, well, budget, because they wanted to.
Budget. It was not quantum.
No, it was the budget. The budget was more put into Wakanda Forever. They put that one on top of the list for like as far as like budget.
Black History. They ain't about to have fucking. I mean, they should have dropped Black Panther now, right, for Black History Month, but we didn't. You know, it is whatever. You got Antman.
Bro, it's wild as fuck. I literally went into Target and I was like, yo, I wish I could have recorded a video to show you. But they literally had every single section. It was like a toy section that was like Black History Month, and they grabbed every single character that was black, and they put him on the Black History Month side.
All the Marvel characters?
No, just anything. It was
all of them. Bro. All the characters. Every black character.
Bro, any black character that was in the sphere of just toys, it was in that section, and it was like Black History Month. Went to the book section. Literally, just any book that had a black character was just right there. Wakanda Forever, everything, bro, anything. I was like, man, Target. I should have.
Did they have Goofy and his kid Max from the Disney universe?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Nah, I didn't see him right there. Nah, but it was just like, it was just a whole bunch of different kids' books and like Wakanda Forever and this, like, I don't know, it was wild. I was just like, man,
Black History Month, let's go. Weird. We got 6 more days left. Shortest month of the year, let's go.
I was like, oh my goodness.
They gave us the shortest month, we'd be doing the most. That's what's up. All right, moving on. I don't even know, because these buttons, I try to label them, but I don't label them right. Oh, Adidas, this one's Kanye. So let's talk about that one.
Yeah.
So Mr. fucking West over here is allegedly trying to
No, Adidas is.
Adidas. Sorry, we can say this right. Ye is renegotiating his deal with Adidas. Adidas is actually reaching out to Kanye West to talk to him about potentially bringing back Yeezys or working together in some type of capacity. He's also out here stunting with his new wife, Bianca West. I don't know her actual last name, but we're calling her Bianca West. Yes, we saw him actually. A picture just posted on the way over here of him and his wife. And they're out there doing shit. So Kanye West is back. People were trying to say that Kanye was like not doing well. I mean, I guess
feel like Kanye has always just been Kanye though. Like he doesn't disappear. He just chills.
He just yays.
Yeah, he just yays. He gets crazy.
He's making yay a verb right now. I'm out here just yaying right
He's just yaying. Yeah,
just doing yay shit. You know what I'm saying, being on my yay, yay. But nah, I think it makes sense for Adidas because at the end of the day, they're all about the bag. The bag is everything.
Well, that's the thing is that apparently their bag is fucked up since Kanye has been excommunicated from.
I think they lost like $2 billion. Somewhere in that range.
That's wild.
So, yeah, the bag is definitely depleting rapidly for Adidas.
But it's like, why is it that like, you know, they're renegotiating if it was such a bad thing that Ye did or Kanye did?
Well,
apparently.
A lot of it has to do with timing and marketing. If you give anything enough time, people will forget about it. This is what it comes down to. In our hyperactive society in TikTok, I'm not saying that we forgot about Kanye. I'm saying that we've moved on, right? This is why you're seeing Travis Scott pop out right now.
Again,
I think he's announced. He didn't announce, but the rumor is that he's dropping an album here pretty soon.
And then he's also on another tour. He's headlining another tour.
Right.
That's like one of those festivals that are.
Right.
You know, one day is this person, one day is this person, another person.
And we get over it. And like, I mean, I guess we're getting into the psychological part of things. Psychological time. Boo. Social media, right?
Yep.
So when it comes to social media, like the shit is really. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that like 50 years from now, like a CIA document comes out and it's like, oh, we did social media as a fucking thought experiment on the human civilization. So I would not be surprised if that was a thing. Because what we're seeing happening is that our attention span is getting so short. Also, our empathy is getting so short.
Yeah.
And our overconfidence in knowledge is getting so vast. Especially when you throw AI in the fucking mix, when you just ask a robot questions and you just take whatever the fuck it says and remember that shit. And so when you look at someone like Kanye West or whatever, 10 years ago or in the 90s, if all this shit happened, you probably wouldn't have heard from Kanye West ever again.
Yeah.
Because it would have been such, like, especially if it had reached like actual TV and shit. We're watching shit on MTV and shit.
Kanye West.
Yeah, we would probably never would have heard of Kanye West again. But because we heard it and we heard it so much, so often, so quickly, so fast.
Yeah,
we were all just like hit with all this dopamine and like reactionary response, and it's like,
everybody's
blah, blah,
reacting
blah.
all at once, and everybody's giving their opinion, and
then you're fatigued.
Yeah,
and then it just stops.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden you move on to the next thing because we're kind of addicted to that. Like even like with the Will Smith slap. Will Smith slapped fucking Chris Rock in the fucking face. Yeah. And this dude just announced Bad Boy 4 with fucking Martin Lawrence. Yeah. So, and it's like one of those things where it's like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, as Americans, we're just like, cool. I'm probably going to watch Bad Boys 4. That sounds dope. Yeah. We moved on. Even though Will Smith assaulted Chris Rock on live
television
in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Kanye West went on a fucking anti-Semitic tirade for like 3 weeks, just saying wild shit. Yeah. And we're just like, okay, give us the album. You know what I'm saying? We're like, we'll buy the Yeezys if you cop a deal with Adidas. Because that's part of it too. Like, people will still buy the shoes. Yeah. Because it was a good product. I mean, I never wore Yeezys, but people seem to enjoy them. When I say it's a good product, I mean it was sold a lot.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how good the shoes actually were. It's like I never actually wore a pair of Yeezys in my life. Call me lame. I'd be rocking fucking DC shoes because I'm a bum. Anyways, but moving on. When it comes to Kanye, I think that, like you said before, it's all antics. Yeah. It's all just like clout chasing, and it's all just like this whole idea of, oh, you know, we have to stay in the news somehow. Sensationalism, constant staying in the news, which is true. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think that marketing for artists is getting harder and harder to do because of the fact that anybody can do it. Anybody can now hop on Canva and make a fucking video with some titles on it and put it out. So we're all like almost on the same playing field at this point. Yeah. Even when it comes to making art.
It's just more of the consistency that people don't stay on.
Exactly. Consistency is now like the number one tool for success because at this point, even if you go viral right now, you have to be able to follow it up with something. Exactly. And going viral is just the first step. When you go viral nowadays, you're basically introducing the world to your personality, to your universe.
It's funny. Yeah. I've seen people just get a taste of that viral shit, and it's been like they crack like 100,000, and then they're over here like, oh, I'm gonna follow. They get 100,000 views, 100,000 likes, or whatever the fuck.
Quit my job.
Oh, they're like, oh, I'm unfollowing everybody now. I'm too famous now, man.
Low key.
It's like, bro, like no.
Got 100,000 fucking views.
Yeah, but at the same time, can you follow up with that? And the thing is, I've seen people, like I literally know people that have done that shit, and then like they all of a sudden have nothing to follow it up with. You know what I'm saying?
It's very easy to fall off. Yeah. I think social media and the whole influencer lifestyle and all that is a very, I wouldn't say it's difficult. I just say that, like you said, it's all about consistency. Yeah. Consistency is more important than what you're even putting out. Mm-hmm. As long as you're putting out a base level of consistency, your people will always fuck with you. Yeah. And nowadays, it's actually not even hard to be consistent, especially with AI and all these fucking apps that make it easy for you to fucking create. And so,
not only apps that can fucking edit for you. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like, there's wild shit. There's so many fucking ways to just make the bag with like not even having to know the capabilities of doing certain shit.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. And like, so the playing field is so. I think I saw a meme yesterday that was like, damn, that's so on point where it talked about how we are definitely in an age where there's no more superstars, or we're not going to see any more superstars anymore. Yeah, because And I'm trying to think. The last major superstar that popped off was fucking Billie Eilish. I think maybe Bad Bunny, depending on who came first. I think Bad Bunny kind of popped up before Billie Eilish did.
Yeah.
But Billie Eilish is like probably like the last super pop star of recent times. Mm-hmm. And when I say super pop star, I mean like on a mega, just massive level, Oscar award winning level, right?
Yeah.
And you think about what she did. She was just making good music with her fucking brother in her house.
Yeah.
But she's also, her parents also were part of the industry. I think they were like producers, record producers, something like that. Mm-hmm. I have to fact check that. I'm sure Billie Eilish fans will be, no! But yeah, they were involved in the industry, which makes it easier, which comes down to the conversation of like nepotism and all that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But to be
industry,
like, if you wanted to be a rock star right now, if you like wanted to be the biggest star in the world right now, you have to go through so many different hoops.
Yeah. You
have to be like, so your social media has to be on point.
Yeah.
You also have to fucking make sure that your marketing's on point and that your content's good and that you're also consistent. Mm-hmm. Not only that you're consistent, but you're also growing because you can't be doing the same shit over and over again because then people get bored of that shit.
Exactly.
So it's more than just like, oh, I'm dope, right? Mm-hmm. Even though Billie Eilish is dope, Billie Eilish also has a whole ass team behind her to make sure that all these things are on point.
Yeah. And
so you have to make sure you have a fucking bag or at least like fucking the resources to be out there to do that. And most people don't have that. With that said, you can blow up on TikTok and make an easy bag doing that, or a YouTube channel. You can do that, but you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
And if you don't fucking post a YouTube video once a month, especially if you have a sponsor or some shit like that, they will take that money somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's stressful as fuck.
Yeah.
Because it's different than like working at McDonald's. Because working at McDonald's, you know, you like you just show up, flip them burgers, you're good to go. Go home, call it a day.
Now you got to make enticing shit and make sure that people click on it.
Exactly.
It's like, fuck.
The whole point is that Kanye West still sucks.
Facts. And people are going to still buy his fucking shoes.
Like, I rock with Kanye's old music, which is actually funny because I'm actually getting ate up right now on my YouTube channel because of a video that I posted, which is another list from Rolling Stone that talked about the worst albums from the best artists. Kanye's Ye got number 1 on that list.
I know. As soon as you posted that video, I went to go listen to it.
Ye?
Yeah.
That album's trash.
I only like Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the tracks were just everywhere. It's such a mess. And
And
like that last track, oh my God. I was like, damn, at the time I remember hearing it, I was like, oh, this is dope. But now I heard it and I was like, nah, bro.
And this is just from being like a honest Kanye West fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in the sense that like Kanye West is literally like one of the biggest inspirations of my life.
Yeah.
Like I'm not over here like trying to hate on Kanye West, but what I'm trying to say is that like as a fan of Kanye West, knowing how this man has meticulously put his effort into his music for almost all of his projects, including like with I don't know, Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. This motherfucker was flying people out to Hawaii and having like studio sessions. He did all these different things. With Ye, he made that entire album, or at least most of that album, over the course of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because he scrapped the previous project he was working on because he was too afraid to put it out. And he was like, oh, I got to make a new album. And so he made Ye. And if you take a creative genius who usually is out here making projects over the course of a couple of years and try to cram that into two weeks, it's going to be trash.
Yeah.
Ye just needed more time to cook in the oven. It's not that it's like, oh, this is terrible music. But in context of Kanye West and what he's capable of, it's absolutely terrible music.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where, like I said, I fuck with Kanye West heavy. I think that Kanye West is really like one of the greatest geniuses of our time.
Musical
but
geniuses.
It's okay. It's okay to say that his music is trash or that you don't like one of his albums.
Yeah.
Anyways,
because he has so many, you can just enjoy whatever you want.
Exactly.
You want to know what's my favorite Ye album?
I can guess.
I forgot what it's called. What is it?
I'm sizing you up. This is a big thing.
I got two.
Kanye West album.
I got two though.
Whole personality.
I got two though. Yes, you'll probably.
Graduation. Yeezus. That's one of those two.
Yeezus, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Those are my top favorite fucking
MBTDF.
Which one is that one?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted. MBDTF. Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah. I love that album. That album was crazy.
Yeah. So, anyways, what's this button right here? This is Dobby Fresh. Dobby Fresh has dropped a new single.
Yeah.
Gucci Louis brother gotta keep it icy. Do you see what I see? Oh, she
cameo by me.
I saw that little cameo.
I
Nice
that
to
big old
Phoenix out
booty,
here.
baby, gonna drop it low. Oh, she a Leo. When I make a troll, I ain't even got it. Gucci Louis Prada, gotta keep my eyes see. Do you see what I see? Oh, she a Aries. One my Scorpio.
Shout out to Davi. This is a hit.
Booty, baby, gonna drop it low. Oh, she a Leo.
It's called Bad Ting, and then it's called All On slash All On Me. But this was actually this is like a single. He didn't drop it on his album. I don't know if the music's playing. It's probably playing it. I'm talking. Okay. Yeah. No. So. No. Yeah. He dropped the album last year, Mary Val Wolf, which was fire. This is not on the project. He dropped this. I think specifically for Valentine's Day.
But it's a bonus track.
No, it's just a new track. I think it's a single. He's just dropping new music. You feel me? Just being consistent, like we were talking. Yeah. But yeah, it's a pretty good track. A lot of people are fucking with it. The video's pretty fire.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Davi Fresh, man. That dude's been leveling up.
Yeah, for sure.
He's been going like Super Saiyan and shit, going pretty fucking crazy with fucking the last album. He did that shit with fucking at the Footprint Center. He's fucking out here just being consistent.
Yep.
We really just fucking talked about consistency.
Yeah.
If he continues to do that, he will be one of the most successful artists this year out of Arizona. You know
yeah. There's like a ceiling that Arizona has, and we're like slowly like breaking through that shit.
I think also too is that I think that there's a fear that I'm noticing when it comes to like how Arizona operates, and a lot of people are afraid to push themselves to be consistent because they know that it takes a lot of work. They know that it's like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. So their decision is to hire someone to do that, and then they end up putting money towards it, and then it doesn't come out the way they want because honestly, like there's a saturation point when it comes to this art shit. Like anybody can make music right now. And it's like not like necessarily like a bad thing that everybody has this much access, but a lot of it is kind of a bad thing.
But I feel like at this point though, in like to break this cycle in music, right, that we're in right now, in order for somebody to really do this shit, like they have to be, like you said, consistent. But then I'm going to go back and point it back to what you say all the time, bro. There has to be like a story that you're telling. And I feel like not a lot of people... You can drop as many albums as you want. Like, look, listen, NLE Choppa can drop as many fucking albums as he want, bro. His music does not catch me, bro.
Do you think that we'll have another artist like a Drake level artist? Or do you think like the idea of a Drake is behind us?
I feel like I don't know. I think Drake is what we're talking, because I feel like Drake's another level now. He's not really a hip hop.
When I say like a Drake, I mean like an artist who has come on and really impacted hip hop and changed the direction of it. You said NLE Choppa, he's a good example. But will NLE Choppa ever be a Drake or a Jay-Z or like? You look at the rappers that are on the top 50 list. Are these rappers? Are you gonna see another Ice Cube or like another fucking? I don't know, even like another Eminem.
I feel like only time can tell, but like I feel like if we're I feel like a lot of us are dying out here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like
a lot of the ones that are you know, a lot of the ones that are dead right now are the ones that people were like, oh, they could have been this, they could have been that. You know what I mean? And I feel like.
Yeah, I think that's like the point I'm trying to make is that when it comes to the saturation of what all these artists are out, everybody out here is trying to be an influencer. I saw someone make a post. I think it was Phoenix Street News, and Michael Hinton is his name. Mm-hmm. He said something along the lines of, they have a digital creator on their Facebook profile, so that means that they're unemployed. And it's like, he's not wrong when he says that for the most part. I mean, we're digital creators. We make some art and we get paid for that, but we don't do that. I mean, most of the money that we make for the most part is not through these channels. It's through using our talents in other forms. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the artistic side of things, the money is not crazy, right? We're not out here making crazy money off of our fucking rap songs.
No, for sure.
But we have talent sets that we've earned from, or that we've learned from, you know, doing our own self-marketing and learning these softwares and learning these programs that we apply to other channels and other mediums and other industries that let us fucking go get our bag. And that's something I talk about all the time, where it's like, you as an artist have to be able to pivot. Yeah. Like, if you can't pivot, then you're going to run into a problem, because there's always someone who can do what you can do better. And so oftentimes I always encourage people to do shit first. Because if you're first, then you can write the blueprint and how people can follow behind you, right?
Yeah.
That's why I always encourage you, like, you better go learn this fucking AI shit because this AI is going to be a fucking wave.
No, facts.
And once you learn this shit, you'll be ahead of the curve.
And it's wild because, like, I remember that was us a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, motherfuckers are out here talking about AI and stuff. Like, we was on that wave a minute ago.
Exactly. And so being first is always good, but also just having that vast knowledge set. This is why it's like education. If you're out there learning, there's always people who... Oh, is that you making your cameo, boo-boo? I hear you. Give me 5 more minutes and we'll fucking go outside, okay? I got you. I got you, Sugar Pop. My dog is whining at me. But so if we go, there's always going to be somebody out there who can do it better than you, is basically what I'm trying to say when I summarize it.
For sure.
If you're not out there just trying to be the best version of yourself, someone's going to come out there and take your spot. And so if you're trying to get the bag, what you got to do is be first at the whatever you're trying to learn. Otherwise, motherfuckers going to take your shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, what is this button right here? What is this one? Do we have more buttons? I don't even know what this is. Did we go through everything?
I don't know.
What is that? There's that one. And then there's this button right here.
Gucci, Louis, Prada, gotta keep an icy. Do you see what I see? Oh, she a Aries.
We're doing a real quick review to make sure we got all the buttons here. All the buttons that we're trying to master. There's Kanye right there. Recap. There's the Ohio thing. Yep, we talked about that. We talked about Antman. Boopty bop. Oh, we didn't talk about the bots. Let's talk about these fucking bots. All right, so check this shit out real quick. I made a post. On Facebook the other day, and this post was basically just talking about how, you know, I'd be microdosing. I'm talking about microdosing, and in case you don't know about microdosing, it's, you know, taking small amounts of mushrooms or whatever, fungus, and using that to help with your mental state, right? So I've been microdosing lately, and I made a post about it, and what was crazy that literally like 7 or 8 robots pulled up and were like, yo, I'm a fucking robot, basically. Like, man, I'm a robot. You should come get these mushrooms from my Instagram account. We believe that microdosing is good for your health, and if you can go. So it was crazy because my shit was blowing. I even got a couple in my inbox too. It was like really like a whole ass thing. And it was like, damn, okay, well, fuck. I guess these robots are like getting smarter now because they now realize that they can target keywords.
No, they did. They hit me probably like a year ago when I was where did I post? I was like, dang, I need to get some new cover art. I put cover art, bro. I literally had like I went away for 5 minutes, went back and clicked on my phone, and bro, I had like 17 comments, 8 inboxes talking about, oh, I got you, bro. You need a animated cover art, and then you know how those automated bot messages that you get, bro. Bro, I got hit with so many of those. So I can't believe they hit you with the shrooms. That's crazy.
I'm saying that they're evolving. Wow. And literally before we started this podcast, I have to even text my sister because she probably doesn't even know that this happened. I got a message from my sister that was a robot that was saying, oh, this person died. You should check that. I think you know this person, and you click on the link, and it was an Amazon affiliate link.
Yeah.
So like these robots are getting like a lot more intelligent when it comes to how they interact with humans.
Yeah.
And I'm still working on this video because I've been thinking about how I want to approach this video because I'm thinking about how these robots might use this video to kill me later on in the future. But these robots are slowly reaching the singularity. They actually just put out an article recently saying that the robots in terms of AI are probably about 10 years, 20 years outside from achieving the singularity. And what the singularity is for AI is a system basically like Skynet. That's the best way to describe it in the simplest terms. Like a Skynet, universal AI that we're all connected to, especially with Neuralink and like biomechanics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To where we'll basically be connected to a singular entity. They're saying that could happen in 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts to think about because it's like, man, me as a creator, I'm gonna be out of a job, son. I'm saying, because like we're all gonna be connected to the same neural network trying to create shit.
Yeah.
So I guess I should just retire and just learn how to fucking make fucking cakes or some shit. I don't know. Become a baker or some shit because the AI robots, they're gonna take over, and so you have to learn how to embrace this shit. Like I was saying earlier, like be more consistent, be about your story, be about fucking understanding that technologies are gonna come and you have to embrace them. This is how you be great, man.
Yeah.
This is how you be great.
I feel it.
I think my dog's gonna end up peeing somewhere. She's thinking about it.
That's a good way to end this.
She's thinking about it.
So we're just on
like
about an
walking
hour.
around. She's like, "You better hurry up." wrap this shit up, Joey. While
Yeah.
I talk to Bloomy.
Well, that's our episode. We appreciate y'all peeping us. You can catch us on the QuasarQult.com where we post all the latest and dopest news. We're going to have a... Oh, do you have the flyer?
Oh, yeah,
the
we do
open
have the
mic?
flyer. Yeah, good call.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
probably
so
wondering
we
what
got...
that's about.
Yeah, so we got a open mic tomorrow. We definitely need to cut this up and share this, but we got an open mic tomorrow. It's going to be free.
Yeah,
Come through.
Free open mic event.
Come through.
Basically, this is the first free event that we're doing at Star Camp.
Yes.
Which is wild because, we all about that bag, son.
Yep.
But I was like, let's go ahead and open up the doors. Anybody that wants to come down to Star Camp and check the spot out, they can. They can play some video games. But if you also got some bars that you want to rap, or if you want to fucking like try some new stand-up, or maybe play a guitar riff for us, pull up, man. We'll let you rock. This is 100% free. We will have drinks available and maybe some weed or some pre-rolls to smoke or something like that. But, come hang out.
Just come hang out. And
we
come
do have a
with
bigger open mic event coming on March 8th, which is going to be a competition where people can win some money, and win a slot on our future campfire event.
Yeah.
So, come hang out, come meet me and Voodoo Eyes. Stop lurking on our fucking Facebook pages and come and say hi with us.
Y'all know y'all want to come out and hang out with us.
We want to see you. Come check out the spot. Bring your beats. Bring your fucking boopity bops and your boopity bips, and we're gonna fucking make sure that you have a good time.
Yeah.
We'll have some snacks and water and shit like that, and it's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get the fuck out of here. We appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Shout out to everybody who watches the Quasar Qult, and shout out to Yam Yams, our sponsor, and shout out to Star Camp Creative Labs for existing. We love you all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later, bitches. Peace.